Yo, yo, yo.
My man, how you doing, brother?
What's going on, man? How was the birthday and everything, man?
Oh man, it was good. It was like last year we did it big because it was before the pandemic. So last year we went to Louisiana and for his birthday and we drove out there. We caught the Pelicans game that Friday night, and then the Saturday we caught the LSU and Auburn game. So, and we got to see Joe Burrow up live and personal, and it was pretty cool. But we wanted to do that this year, continue the tradition. But with the pandemic and everything, it was like let's
Couldn't
just
do it.
yeah, we were just like nah, we just gonna stay here, stay local, and watch the game. That's
Got
about it.
it. Was he able to see the Raiders game?
Yep, he watched the first half, and he a true Raider fan, so he was like, I see where this is going, so I don't want to watch no more. And
Oh, they lost today, huh?
yeah, they got smacked. Yep,
Who did they play?
Tampa Bay's for real, man.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay is for real. I've seen a couple of highlights of Gronk and Tom Brady, and they look outstanding, and they just got AB as well. So they looking towards going to the playoffs, which is you know
You know.
all props to them.
Right, right,
Yep.
right, right. So, you know, our bread and butter is these Detroit Lions. Talking about
Yep.
that, what you thought about the game? What was your breakdown?
First, let me go ahead and say, before I get into anything, man, I gotta say, I gotta give Stafford his props for leading that, the comeback. The last drive,
Right.
he did lead that. Um, but I will say, watching the game early, it looked like, and I know a lot of people was like looking at the Lions and looking at the Falcons and saying these teams are pretty much identical, and they literally are identical. And I actually thought that the Falcons played a better game throughout the whole game. I thought their offense played better than our offense, but I think the key here was our defense played a little bit better than their defense played.
Um, I don't know. You know what's funny is that, like you said, when you was just talking, I kind of don't recall any parts of the game that we dominated. Like
No,
it was very weird just to see it being that close. And I guess you could say with the turnover killed them with when Matt Ryan fumbled. That was like
hmm
that was a
that
big
was
killer.
that was it. That was it. It was Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it. It was Matt
it
Ryan.
was it, it
Yeah.
was pretty much evened up, like you said, it's pretty much evened up. But that turnover was kind of like the momentum shift, and then I don't know. It was a weird game, man. It was
It
weird.
killed him. Because I mean, turnovers. I mean, when people say like when coaches say that, when coaches say, a turnover, like one turnover, no matter if it's an interception or a pick or whatever, can really turn the tide of a game. And it seemed like once they got that fumble, that was it because it was like a surefire. That was it, really. I think. And then just looking at the game early, like the first half of the game, it looked just like a Lions and a Falcons game would look. Like they both played the same way they usually play. Like neither one of them were trying to put the game away. Neither one of them were trying to win the game. Neither of them were trying to, it was just like
Eh,
they was just out there playing and see who was going to try to edge up one another. You know what I'm saying? Didn't seem like nobody was playing for real.
Right.
But I think, and like you said, you called it. I think you said on the last episode, whoever have the ball last was going to win the game, and that's what happened.
Right, right. And then, but I'm gonna tell you, there is an asterisk behind this because if my man Ty Gurley just goes down, we're looking at you know, what's like a 2-14 instead of a 3-3, and all Todd had to do was not score the touchdown. And then what's crazy was we were sitting there watching it, and my son was like, "Oh," he was like, "Yo, Pop," he said, "They scored. They seen the score. Why they score?" So I'm sitting there because it didn't register with me all the way right then and there.
Yeah, same,
And,
same.
and then I was like, "Yeah, you right." Like, and I was like, and then that's when I text you. I was like, they might have gave my man Stafford a little bit too
That's
much time.
that's the same thing because at first it was so crazy. Like just like you said, it wasn't you wasn't thinking about it, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh yeah, this is it here. I'm looking at him going in for the score, and I'm like, oh damn, he scored. He scored a touchdown. I'm like, shoot, this is not. This ain't going. and then I'm like, well, you know what? They still only got 1 minute, and I'm like, but that's more than enough. Stafford really only need 25 seconds
Right.
with his arms. So I'm like, that, give him the time, and that's it. And especially when your defense ain't, they couldn't stop Kenny Galladay all day today. So
Right.
it was like that's it. And the T.J. Hawkinson was open. I think every time I look at T.J. Hawkinson on screen, he's probably open. T.J. Hawkinson he just gets open. And like I said, they couldn't stop Kenny Galladay all game. Like he was just doing whatever he wanted to do, and Kenny Galladay. That's pretty much every game. Like especially if he's healthy and he not dealing with nothing too
Oh yeah.
serious. And you seen he outplayed Julio today.
Yeah, Bob badly.
I think he only had like 6 catches.
Right. I was surprised that Calvin. Me personally, I was surprised Calvin really didn't get off. Like especially with that.
That's the same. I'm the same thing. I'm looking at the game. I'm like, why are they not either abusing Calvin or why are they not abusing Julio? Like, what is Matt Ryan doing? But maybe it was something that our defense was doing to slow them down a little bit. I don't know.
I got to give him a little bit of props. I know it's hard for me to do that secondary, of course, but yeah, Patricia. And one thing, Patricia, I never even when he was with the Patriots, his defense wasn't like dominating, but they did have that philosophy of we'll bend, but we ain't gonna break.
Wing break,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I give him that. Now, if that's what this defense is incorporating, all right, that's cool. We'll see. But like you said, but we still haven't played that team. You know what I mean?
I give this game just like when we beat Arizona. I put that game on the quarterback, and I put the same thing today. I put this game today off of, not Aaron Rodgers, but Matt Ryan. Just watching him and the mistakes that he made. Personally, I'm looking at the game because I will give them this. Our defense, like you said, they stepped up today, but our defense did give them multiple opportunities to get the job done, and it seemed like Matt Ryan just couldn't
get the job done.
Man, he just seemed like he just couldn't get the job done. I'm looking at him, and then I'm looking at Stafford, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. Me looking at a different coach, because almost every game I'm always looking at the other quarterback. Damn, I wish we had that dude. But this game, I'm looking at Matt Ryan, and I'm looking at Stafford, and I'm like, sheesh. Matt Ryan is just, he just is not getting it done.
Yeah, he's outdated. He's definitely outdated. We had a show a couple weeks ago, and I told you, like, Matt Ryan and Stafford, like those two guys, like I like them. Obviously, they good quarterbacks, but their time in the league is almost over, man.
So, and you know what's too? I heard some of the guys on a halftime show and the after show saying like, Matt Ryan's offensive line is pretty much injured and depleted. So I know that could have been a thing too, because they wasn't able to run that ball. I think that was the difference in the game. Our run defense it shored up again today. Like I honestly believe if they would have been able to run that ball better with ease, they would have been able to get the ball out. Matt Ryan would have been able to get the ball to his stars better. And we stopped the run today, so I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, they were definitely efficient on the defenses, man. And I want to point out something else too. That last drive, like you said, got to give Matt his credit. Also,
yeah, I'm gonna give it to him.
Also, got to give it to him on that last drive before halftime, because we was down 14-7, right?
Yep. And that's when we got the field goal.
Yep,
you're right.
And that was big. And I noticed when Matt, it's kind of like basketball. You ever watch a basketball team and like they half court sets is kind of like, it's really not good. It's not.
Yeah.
But they fast break is dope.
They fast. Yep.
And they turnovers. They create points. So there's turnovers. Is that. So it seems
like watching the Kings or something.
Right.
Watching the Kings play.
Right. And I feel like the Lions, like when it's them 2-minute drives or they gotta and they know they gotta score and coming back, like it runs fluid. It runs.
I
nice.
think that's when they play. Honestly, when they play fast, I think it's just them playing fast. When they try to slow stuff down And I like a lot of times when they do the no huddle, like I like the no huddle offense for Stafford. Like no huddle for Stafford. You know what I'm saying? Like when they play fast and when they, moving at pace, I think that's when they're good. I just don't want Stafford to get too quick. I don't want him to get too fast because that's when he starts just not thinking and slinging the ball to the left, slinging it to the right, slinging it up the middle. But I think Stafford plays good when he's going at a pace. When he gets to playing too slow, that's when
That's what I wanted to ask you. That's the question. Like, what is it? Is it no huddle? Should he just do no huddle?
I think you should do no huddle. I think they should incorporate it a lot more and just see how it works. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I'm looking at the defense and I do see it. Like I said, I had to give them props because I don't know if it's Matt Patricia necessarily just switching stuff up or is it Corey Underland like, look, bro, I know you're strict with your defense, but I think that might be what it is. I think it's Corey Underland telling him like, look, I know you're strict with your defense, but look, it ain't working. We got to do this. I see a lot more zone mix up. I see them, attempting to rush. I mean, not even like because my thing is I don't even care about the sacks, but I just want to see you
Pressure.
close to the. I want to see the pressure. I want to see you close to the quarterback so that he knows that okay, I don't have all day. And it was some times where Matt Ryan had all day to throw the ball. He may have some time to run some plays, but I did see them back there at him a little bit more, so that's okay. I mean, I do understand. This is not a team they're not good. Getting to the quarterback. So I mean, I can understand if you're not going to get 3 sacks, um, but I think it's Corey Underland like telling him like, look, man, we gotta show some different blends because up until the last 3 games, or yeah, at least the last 2 games, everybody knew what you were playing. They knew exactly what you were going to do. So it's like now you just got to switch it up a little bit. Like you have to continue to switch it. Like you have to continue to mix up the plays, disguise coverage, disguise pressure. Just, I think if they do that, I wouldn't even, I mean, I wouldn't even mind saying if they continue to mix stuff up and maybe trade it for a top guy. I mean, they would have to trade for a top guy, in my opinion. Somebody like, Chris Jones or somebody like that. If they continue to stop the run, because they did a pretty good job today stopping the run through the first 3 quarters. I know, I guess they got tired at that last third quarter, but, um, you know, Ty Gurley, I think he showed today he really is not, he's not anything anymore.
Yeah, I've been watching him all year. See, the thing is
Yeah,
with Todd is like he just not that guy no more. He
no
still
more, no.
he'll come through every once in a while. He'll get you a touchdown or two,
Yep,
and
yep.
and he'll get you some cool yards if it's a cool running play. But he's not the guy. He's not that. He's not that game breaking guy no more.
Nah,
So
he's not gonna do that. He to me, he need to be. He need to be. If I'm looking at him, I don't think Atlanta was the best place for him. I think he probably should have went somewhere. I mean, I'm sure he came here because it's home, but I think Gurley needed to go somewhere like they had a great offensive line. Like, I think he actually could do good in Detroit, somewhere like Detroit, where the run style is predicated off strength. If you got a little bit of strength, you can get through the whole type thing, like Adrian Peterson, or maybe somewhere like back up the Cowboys. But he just not working over there. It's not. I mean, it's not enough.
and they was feeling themselves today. Bevel, it was that goal line situation, 4th down and goal, was,
Oh yeah,
and then the other one with that 3rd down, that crucial 3rd down, and we got stopped both times. Adrian Peterson got stopped right in his tracks. How'd you feel about that? Did you think it should have been AP, or you think they should have ran with Swift, or you think I
you got
I, I don't know.
what you think? What no, what was you about to say?
Or you think they should have just? I think now in retrospect, when I think about it, I think they was feeling themselves. I don't like that. It's saying that we got this new improved run game.
Get
Yeah,
confidence. Yeah.
we got this new improved line. We with the run now, and this is what we're
Uh-huh.
gonna do. It didn't work though. It backfired.
It didn't.